Good morning, Britain. More criticism of the police and the personal revelations about missing mum, Nicola Bulley. Now the Home Secretary demands an explanation, while her family call for an end to the speculation and rumours about her private life, exactly 3 weeks since the mum of two was last seen.
The Prime Minister flew into Belfast late last night, hopeful of a breakthrough on the Brexit trade agreement, which has left Northern Ireland without a working government.
Let's go.
Bruce Willis's family thank his fans for their compassion as he is diagnosed with a rare and untreatable form of dementia.
Goodness me, will gymnast superstar Niall Wilson pull off one of skating's biggest and riskiest moves to make his claim on the Dancing on Ice title this weekend? He's going to be here, do a quick demonstration, we hope, just before 9.
And weather warnings for gale force winds are in place across the north as Storm Otto crosses over the next few hours. I'll have the latest on this and your weekend outlook. All that and more coming up on Good Morning Britain.
Friday, 17th of February, 2023, live from Television Centre in London. This is Good Morning Britain with Ranvir Singh and Ed Hawes.
A very good morning to you. Very good morning, Ed.
I know.
Your first ever Friday, show.
I've never done Friday before. You know, we've got some big issues on the show today.
We have.
But I'm told it's slightly lighter mood.
Can be. Should we talk to Alex? Because I was looking at Alex watching Niall Wilson in that clip there on Dancing on Ice, right? And I think, I mean, he obviously is doing brilliantly in it. When you watch Niall doing what he's doing, does it bring back good memories or does it bring back the fear and the terror of being on a show?
The first thing I think is Niall is a lot better than me.
But you got to the quarterfinals.
I got to the quarterfinals, which is respectable, but he is amazing. I saw him, I think it was week 1 or week 2, the first time he skated, and I thought, do you know what, this guy is going to win it. That's who I think should get to the final. But yeah, he is pretty amazing, and he's obviously using his gymnastics on the ice as well.
Did you do any backflips and things when you were on Dancing?
I didn't do any backflips, but I can backflip.
You can? Can you do it on ice?
Couldn't do it on ice.
No, it's too much.
Forget the ice. Doing it anyway.
Doing it anyway. I can't do a roly-poly these days. Never mind a backflip.
Alex, will you demonstrate later in the show how to do a backflip?
If we bring, like, a massive mattress in or something. Like, not a mattress.
I'll lie on the floor.
For a soft landing.
Yeah.
For a soft landing.
Did you do a triple axel or a triple salco on the...
No, I didn't.
As you can see, I know the technical terms.
You do?
No idea what it means.
Do you know what? It sounds like you should be doing Dancing on Ice.
Look,
You've done Strictly. I'd pay to see you on the ice.
I grew up in Nottingham, which obviously means I'm an expert. Torval and Dean.
Yeah.
The Tour de Estate.
We are very much looking forward to speaking to Niall later on in the show. Also, what was last night, as I was sort of just flicking through the news, a lovely article came up, Ed, about your family setup. And it's unusual because you've taken in a Ukrainian family. You've done this since April last year. And it was timely, of course, because two things. There's a year anniversary next week coming up, isn't there, of when the invasion began. And I do wonder whether it's so important that we do talk more about the families who have settled here and how their lives are. Do you get a sense that there is some fatigue, sympathy fatigue creeping in, and it's now as important as ever that you talk about what's happened in your family? Well,
look, why was President Zelensky in Britain last week? To make sure there isn't fatigue, because this is for the long haul. And, I know from the Ukrainian families I know that they're very worried that we don't lose that British support. But actually, I think they've been so pleased to see that it's been sustained. Well, this is the family. There's a mum and two daughters, but the dad is still in Ukraine. Is that right? So in our family, it's a mum called Katerina and her daughter and son, Glib and Yeva. And then down the road is another family, which is also Yeva and Zahar. And little Yeva and Zahar are ballroom dancing champions. They are actually...
Did you know this before you got them to come and live with you, given your background in Strictly and Katia?
The whole reason why it happened was that they were champion dancers in Ukraine. Then they were separated because of the war. They all had to flee overnight from Kiev. They ended up too far apart to practice. Yvette was doing a Rob Burrows MND Strictly benefit in Leeds, a fundraiser, and we found out about this and we thought, well, maybe we can help. So we managed to get them reunited in Castleford in West Yorkshire. One family lives with us, the other down the road. They are now dancing again, and in the autumn they went to Amsterdam and won the World Junior Latin Championships.
And they've been up to the Blackpool Ballroom as well, haven't they?
And Katia, my Strictly partner, has been giving them tips and advice. And on Monday, Susanna is going to be in Kyiv for the anniversary week of the war. There, Monday and Tuesday. She's going to be talking to lots of people in Kyiv about what is happening there.
The reality of life there. It's sort of creating a sort of... you have to sort of normalise the air raid sirens and normalise life there whilst it's a completely extraordinary and terrifying situation.
That's right.
And, of course, for the family that are living with you, their father... Yep. Did he stay on to help the fight?
There's the two families. One father has been serving in the south in the military.
Good grief.
And which is obviously very traumatic. And the other father is living in Kiev and working in supply logistics. So they're both doing very important jobs. And, of course, Ukrainian men can't leave the country at the moment.
Right.
But we're going to be talking on Monday. I think Susanna is going to have Yeva and Sahar's dance teacher in Kiev. Who's going to be talking to... the family who live with us here in the studio. And, of course, the way they do their dance lessons, Zoom. They Zoom from our kitchen to Kyiv. So they've got their same dance teacher, but it'll be good for them to actually, with Susanna...
Well, it'll be very emotional, I should imagine. There's all sorts of news coming up in the show today. One of the other, of course, big stories that has made the front of all the papers is the fact that the Home Secretary has raised concerns with Lancashire Police over its decision to reveal those personal details about the health of the missing mum, Nicola Bulley. Now, her family has called for an end to what they described as the appalling speculation about her private life.